Hey, g'day, Rockstar. It's not very early in the morning. Like I have dropped the kids off and going for a walk, and I wanted to talk about, uh, what do you do when your 6-year-old jumps in bed at 2 o'clock at night because he's scared? That's what Costa did our son last night, in between Sonia and myself. And he's like, "Daddy, can I jump into bed with you? I'm scared." And like he's jumped on me. He's kneed me in the shin and the nuts simultaneously as he's flopped over me, and I'm up, like I'm awake. Let me tell you, I'm awake, and I'm like he's snuggling up to me, and he's pulling the doona off and taking the doona and putting it back on, and it's really just screwed up my sleep altogether. Um, yeah, so what do you do in that situation? Now, one of the things that I'm big on is what makes us feel good, and without being overly scientifically technically geeky, one of the things is there's four chemicals that we release, feel good chemicals. Like we might call it happiness, but really like there's some science behind it, and those four chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphin, are all feel good chemicals. And so one of the things that often you can experience being in business, being a dad, and having lots of responsibilities, sometimes you can isolate and be withdrawn a little bit from social circles because you've got so much going on and you're sort of a little bit absorbed in yourself, or at least that's what I felt in the past. And I see it a lot from my clients that I've worked with one-on-one, and also now people that I'm speaking to about my group program. And so one of the things that it's a simple tip that I can give you to feel better, to feel better, and to overcome a little bit of that isolation that you might feel from time to time, for whatever reason, is social bonding is a boring word for it, but it's just connecting with people. Like oxytocin, the third of those chemicals that makes you feel good, is something that distinguishes us as mammals, as human beings, which is that social connection that we crave. And one of the ways you can release it is by a snuggle. So I'm lucky, I've got three kids, 10, 9, and 6, and I reckon they all have a go. Not my eldest so much, but my 6-year-old definitely has a go at getting into bed with us. I'm just going to swap hands here for a sec. As does my daughter, so it's a little bit funny holding it like that. But what that does is when you have a little snuggle with your child or with your partner, or with a friend, just have a hug or a touch of hands, or it actually it releases oxytocin, which is the feel good chemical when you bond with someone. So one of my tips for today is just go ahead and bond with someone. Other ways you can release it is by hanging out with your mates. It's by going to a music concert. It's by going to watch the footy and be surrounded by people. One of the best ways us blokes can release it in a lot, in a big dose, is by having an orgasm. So like boys, if you want to thinking, oh, I'm feeling a little bit crap and I really want to get a bit of that feel good love and affection happening, go on, mate, just have an awesome round in the sack, really, and you'll release a lot of oxytocin. Women can get it too from that, but I'm talking to men mainly. And so next time someone wants to hold your hand or snuggle up or hang out, go ahead and do it, because often in business we can be going through stretches where shit's going on, and we choose to isolate. And what, one of the best things you can do is just go and connect. And it could be something as small as holding someone's hand or having a little snuggle, or it could be as fantastic as going and having a romp in the sack, or somewhere else if you like. You can do it at the park. Check you later. Have a great day.